What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome into the Divine Feminist by Turning Tides Tarot. This is going to be a kind of special reading where we have a look at the energies we should be aware of for the Lionsgate portal. But before we pop into that, we're going to use, or just so you know too, we're going to use Lenormand and we're going to use tarot as well. But before we get into it, I just want to say thank you very much to everyone for your patience. I had to skip a reading because of the tsunami situation here on the West Coast, and I don't know, I couldn't tap into a reading. It was super chaotic, the energy, so I just wanted to say thank you for your patience. But yeah, let's pop into this, and I hope everybody stayed safe. And sending prayers up for everyone who was affected by the earthquake and also by the tsunamis. Okay, so with that being said, let's talk about the Lionsgate portal. So we're just going to take a peek today to see what's going on with the energy. And if you've never heard of the Lionsgate portal before, or if you're just not super sure what it means, don't worry, I've got you. The Lionsgate portal opens up once every year when the sun is in Leo, and it aligns with the star Sirius, which is sometimes called our spiritual sun. Okay, it's really a time of big energetic upgrades. Like, we're talking next level activations for your confidence, your creativity, your purpose, and your power. All right, I love seeing that we got the sun out already. I love it. It's basically a cosmic invitation to kind of walk very boldly towards the version of yourself that you've always known that you were meant to be. So think of it as kind of like a divine spotlight from the universe going, hey babe, you're ready to step into it, you know? The energy really peaks on August 8th, so 8-8, they call it the Lionsgate, right? It's a nice little rhyme, Lionsgate 8-8. It's a powerful number in numerology, and honestly, it's all about infinite potential and abundance. Okay, so now's the time to get really clear on what you are calling in and what you're finally leaving behind as well. So we're going to go ahead and see what messages Spirit has got through us through this Lenormand spread. And I'm just going to get one more card to complete our 3x3, and then we will get into it, loves. I hope you are all having a very lovely day. I'm just going to tune in and we'll jump right into the vibe, okay? But stay tuned. Okay, I love it. This is giving, like, obviously big portal energy here, friends. So let's just stop. Oh my goodness. Let's start with what we have here on the top row. We've got key, we've got sun, and we've got time. Now, right away, this is giving some kind of cosmic clarity right now. The key tells me that we're unlocking something major here. All right. Something that's been waiting for the light to come in, right? The sun is one of the most positive cards in the deck. So it's not just any old breakthrough moment. This is a moment of joy, success, maybe even a bit of a soul glow up, okay? And with time kind of sitting here rounding out the end of the first row, I mean, divine timing is definitely front and center here. So whatever's cracking open for you right now, it's been a long time coming. Okay. And it's unfolding right on schedule. So Spirit's kind of like, look, you're not late to the party. Okay. You're just arriving, even if it feels like you're fashionably late. Okay. So you're on time. You're right where you need to be during this Lionsgate portal, which I'm absolutely loving for our collective here. And moving on to the second row here, we have path, birds, and letter. Okay. So now we're talking choices, conversations, and definitely communication. So there may be some back and forth happening, okay, over the next, I don't know, a couple weeks, whatever. It's going on like either internally or it could be with someone close to you. The birds can be a little bit anxious, right? Kind of like nervous chatter or mental noise. And that is kind of the center of this reading. So you may find yourself, being a little bit maybe overwhelmed, or maybe your mind feels like it's kind of racing, or you might be a little bit nervous. So just kind of brush that off if you find yourself experiencing like a little bit of additional anxiety. Just kind of brush it off as part of the energy. You're just feeling this like kind of quickening, or this portal. You're just really tapping into the energy around you. Okay, so just so you know, don't, I gotta be real with you though. When it's paired with this letter, it's more like a lot of messages from spirit coming in. So you might be picking up on a lot of the, like I said, a lot of the energy, a lot of the vibe shifting during this moment, during this Lionsgate portal. Your intuition could be quickening, or you're just here, like you're just picking up a lot more. Okay, so just be prepared for that as we enter into this portal. I mean, it's open right now, so it could already be happening for you. But going back to what Spirit is nudging you to Spirit's going to be nudging you to make a move, maybe send a message, or say the thing. Okay, say the thing that's been on your mind. And the path says that you basically have a decision to make here too, but you need to trust that your words matter and your voice is going to be a very powerful tool right now. Okay. And with the bottom row here, we have Child, Book, and Lily. And this is giving like fresh start meets ancient wisdom. Again, you're going to be picking up a lot on the just messages coming through during this portal right now. Okay. But with the Child, it is talking about a new beginning. So maybe it's a new version of you that's just been reborn. Okay. And the Book brings mystery, hidden knowledge. Again, you're really entering into this like priestess mode, high priestess mode. Okay. Going from divine feminine perhaps, and upgrading yourself to like high priestess. All right. This energy that's what it's kind of giving here. So, this could even be talking about the book, though. Going back to the book, it could even be talking about not just hidden knowledge, but it could talk about soul contracts, spiritual downloads. Again, a lot of spiritual downloads coming in that might feel a little bit chaotic, but we're going to work through it, okay? But the Lily here, this is your divine maturity, okay? Your grace, your inner priestess energy. So it's like you're cracking open this beautiful chapter where innocence and experience, I feel like they're finally working together instead of maybe pulling you in different directions. So you're really stepping into wisdom without losing your sense of wonder, okay? Because that's what the Child energy brings, is that new, fresh, wondrous energy, like children, how children look at the world, right? So very positive. But I am going to look at the diagonals here too, because they are a little bit juicy. Okay. We're starting with the Key, Birds, and Lily here. And this is screaming like the truth wants to be spoken. Okay. So if there's something that you have been holding back, a truth that's been really sitting in your throat chakra, okay, the Lionsgate is giving you the key to finally say it with grace. Okay, so it might not be easy to do, but it will absolutely be freeing for you. And then we're looking at Time, Birds, and Child. So Spirit's like, look, you've waited long enough to be who you truly are. So there may be some fear or self-doubt that's kept you stuck in cycles, okay? But again, that old version of you is not the main character anymore, okay? So you're stepping into the new because you've really earned that, okay? You've really earned it. And last but not least, we're going to go down through the middle here with the Sun, Birds, and Book. And this one is really quite magical. So the truth that's coming to light right now, it might shock you at first, okay? But it is going to set off a chain reaction of deep spiritual knowing, right? The book here is really speaking about sacred knowledge and ancient wisdom, and paired with the Sun, this is all being illuminated, okay? So pay attention to your dreams, the downloads that you receive, and any intuitive hits right now. Like, this is really a time of big soul remembrance, okay? So I have written 3 questions that I want to pair with this energy, just to clarify. And I'm going to ask that now. First, right now, I want to talk about what truth is ready to be spoken. Okay. And what's been keeping us silent until now. All right. So let's see what Spirit has to say for that. What truth is ready to be spoken? And also, what's been keeping us silent until now? Okay. What truth is ready to be spoken, and what has been keeping us silent until now? Okay, 7 of Cups. Oh, okay, I feel like both of these. 10 of Swords in reverse. All right. And then we have the Hierophant. I'm just going to peep at what's underneath the deck. And then tune into the energy. Okay, interesting. We have the 5 of Wands. Okay. Okay, wow. So this one is, this is kind of giving like a little bit of emotional confusion here. Let's say it meets spiritual conditioning, and definitely with a side of internal warfare. Okay. So we're going to start with the 7 of Cups, of course. And it really, this tells me, a big part of the truth here is about emotional clarity. So I feel like some of us have been really overwhelmed by options lately, not just externally but internally as well. So it's really like we've been swimming in all of these what if projections, fantasies, illusions, and all while trying to really figure out what's real and what actually aligns with our soul. Okay. And the 10 of Swords reverse, this is really the part, where we've been quietly recovering from betrayals. Okay. Maybe ones we haven't even named out loud yet. But I'm really getting the sense that we've been carrying silent wounds from the past and out here pretending like we're fine. Okay. All while, that sword is still kind of sticking out of your back. Right. So the reversal says that we're finally ready to pull it out, to speak on it, and to, really move forward without dragging any of that lingering pain along with us. And then we have the Hierophant. And this is the loud one, okay? The loudest of them all. Not only because it's major arcana, but it's because it's what's been keeping us silent, right? And that is conditioning, tradition, expectations, roles that we are told that we had to play, even systems that taught us to shrink, to obey, to stay quiet, to stay safe, to stay small, really, right? This isn't just about one person necessarily silencing you. This is really about the whole damn structure that made, your silence look virtuous. Okay. And the root of all of this is the 5 of Wands. So that is inner conflict, right? We've been battling ourselves on the inside, trying to keep peace on the outside. But guess what? That peace was fake anyway, okay? It wasn't really real harmony. It was self-sacrifice for the sake of survival, all right? Now, I need to make a little bit of side note here because I don't know if it was yesterday or a couple days ago, I had a critical comment about the name of my channel, okay, in our community, our space, saying that this isn't feminism, this isn't, this is just branding and it's cringeworthy and this, that, and the other. And first of all, I don't really need anybody's opinions on my creative decisions, okay? If you don't like it, scroll on. Second of all, this is absolutely feminism. Feminism does not wear a uniform. This is a space for empowering the feminine. It's not putting down the masculine. I'm not here, feminism has a lot of different ways to be expressed. And if you can't tell me that this is all about going against the patriarchal structures, playing small, staying silent, not, fitting into a expected role of being the feminine, like this is about breaking free from that. So I just needed to say that, like, please, feminism doesn't wear a uniform, and please do not come over here trying to police the type of feminism that is going on over here. Okay. Anyway, that wasn't for all of you. It was just for people who maybe were a little bit confused. Anyways, back to it. I want to get to the truth. And that's me saying my truth, right? And this is part of the whole thing. I'm not playing small. I really don't owe anyone an explanation too as to why I chose a name for a channel that I created, but it is what it is. So back to your reading, the truth that needs to be spoken for you is that, you know, you're coming out with this, look, I'm not confused anymore energy. Look, I know what happened and I'm done pretending that it doesn't hurt or it didn't hurt, that kind of energy. I'm no longer subscribing to beliefs that keep me small or keep me in a box or keep me, you know, feeling like I can't be free or I can't express myself fully in alignment with my soul calling or how I feel. So that's, you know, really what this portal is cracking open. And it's the parts of us that used to stay quiet to avoid any kind of confrontation. But the confrontation, I mean, this is where your power lives now, right? And it's not in burning bridges, but it's in choosing your voice over your silence. You see what I did there? You see what I did there, bestie? I had to speak my truth and incorporate that into this reading. But anyways, I just want to send you all so much love, the ones that are here, okay? I love this community that we're building, and honestly, these readings give me so much life, okay? They really do. It's such a refreshing break from, you know, centering the masculine in a tarot reading, and that's what is the majority, 99.9% of the tarot readings out here for free on YouTube are all about centering the masculine and what can I do to get their love and all of that. Like this, no, bestie, fill your own cup. And to me, that is supporting, that is feminism. That's feminists. We are decentering the masculine here. We're not against the masculine. We're all for equality, but we're decentering, okay? And that is feminism. All right, so anyway, back to it. What new path is really opening up through this portal for us, and how can we walk it with confidence, okay? How can we walk this new path with confidence? Let's see what Spirit has to say. All right, we have, the Three of Wands. I'm not surprised because I actually saw that hiding underneath the Five of Wands and flew out anyway. I was like, that's us looking forward, okay? Anyway, let's see. We have the King of Swords, and I feel like this one wants to come out as well. Two of Cups. And what's at the bottom of the deck, besties? Queen of Swords. Nice. Okay, let me tune in, my loves. You know, I find this energy so funny, and Spirit's got a sense of humor because of what I was just talking about feminism and, you know, how we're not here to put down the masculine and all this stuff, because then we pop out, honestly, with a divine pairing. And the Two of Cups, which is talking about equality and all these things. So let's just... It's very funny to me. This is just proof that, yeah, we are all on the right track here with these ratings. But anyway, let's talk about it. The King and Queen of Swords showing up together with this Two of Cups right between them. I mean, it is big, okay? But we're going to zoom out a little bit before we zoom in and start with the Three of Wands, which is all about expansion, okay? So this is your future calling, right? You're finally, you know, seeing maybe through any kind of like emotional, again, confusion or fog, right? So, you know, this card's really saying that there's a path opening up that you have been preparing for, you know, energetically, mentally, spiritually, even if you didn't even fully realize it, okay? So you have done the inner work here. You've really outgrown this old cycle, and now the portal's wide open right now, okay, for you to step into what's next, okay? No more waiting for someone else to choose you. You are choosing yourself, and, you know, you're choosing your vision as well, and you're putting yourself first, right? Now enter the King of Swords. So this energy it's sharp, it's discerning, it's also very strategic, right? This king does not play games. He absolutely speaks his truth, okay? Stands in integrity and knows how to hold a vision like long term, okay? So this could represent a person in your life, okay? But honestly, I do feel like it's you stepping into a mindset where you're leading with clarity through and over any kind of chaos, right? You're not letting feelings override your knowing anymore. And then, okay, the Two of Cups. Now, yes, this could hint, right, at a soul connection, a reunion, or mutual respect really forming in a partnership. And we're not dismissing that. We're not. But what I really want to emphasize here is that this portal is really helping you align with equal energy, right? So whether it's romantic or platonic or a soul contract with a part of yourself, even, because we did have that soul contract energy coming out, right? This really is about mirroring. Okay, so you're not here to beg for crumbs anymore. You know, you're not here for connections that reflect your growth, or sorry, you are here for connections that reflect your growth and not your wounds. That's what I'm trying to say here, okay? And then with the Queen of Swords under the deck, I mean, this queen's watching it all, right? She's been through the fire, right? In the tarot world, tarot sphere, we often call this the divorce queen or the widowed queen even, okay? It depends on what you've learned. But she definitely knows her worth, and she does not entertain anything that compromises her peace, okay? This is my no BS queen, all right? That queen energy is like really how you are going to walk this new path with confidence. So by knowing that even if something or someone aligns with you spiritually, it still needs to respect your standards, right? And your boundaries. You're really not here to romanticize potential. Okay. You're here to recognize reciprocity. So what's the new path? You know, it's clarity, it's emotional maturity, it's calling in equal partnerships, whether it's in love, having to do with your purpose, your community. You're doing it here without sacrificing any of your own sovereignty, I'm going to say. Okay. So you're walking forward with your head held high. You know, your heart is open, but your sword is not on the shelf here. It is on your back, right? Or in front of you. Like, you know, you are ready to make heads roll if people don't come correct. You know, like you are really enforcing these higher standards on this new path. And I'm here for it, bestie. I really am. I just saw 22:22 on the clock as I said that. So my last question here is, what hidden wisdom is Spirit asking us to reclaim, okay, and embody at this stage of our journey? Okay, so what hidden wisdom, because we've got a lot of that coming through these downloads. So I need to get clear on that. What hidden wisdom is Spirit asking us to reclaim at this stage in our journey? What is this? The Hermit in reverse. Okay. All right. Well, I'll take it. I mean, it came out that way for a reason. This one wants to come up. We have the Queen of Cups. Oh, we have two here. The High Priestess, not surprised. The Magician, you know, and then I'm going to take what's at the bottom of the deck here. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I'm just going to pop it to the side and tune in. Okay, besties. So this is really quite the powerful lineup here. And it honestly, to me, it's just so beautiful to kind of wrap up this Lionsgate portal message with this kind of hard-hitting energy. Okay. So starting with this Hermit in reverse, I'm actually really glad that it came out, because it really tells me that we've spent a lot of time in reflection. Okay. For some, maybe even some isolation, right? And now Spirit's saying, babe, okay, babe, like it's really time for you to come out with it, right? You've learned what you needed to learn. Okay. You've connected to source. You've sat in your own truth without any kind of, anyone else's opinions. You've really connected to your higher self, who you are, to source, all of it. And now I feel like you're not just allowed to share the wisdom that you have gained, right? You are being called to do that right now. So you're not hiding your light anymore. You're coming out with it complete, like full blast. Turn all the lights on, all right? And then with this Queen of Cups, sitting in her full intuitive power here, this is emotional intelligence, right? This is also softness, but with boundaries, okay? And there's a lot of compassion here, but this is really psychic energy coming up, right? So I gotta tell you that this will be a moment for you to really not be afraid of your own depth, right? And this is kind of what we are reclaiming during this portal. Okay. The wisdom that lives in our feelings, the truth that lives in that sensitivity, and just knowing that you were never too much. You were always just tapped in. All right. Now, with the high priestess and the magician falling out together, I mean, it feels like a cosmic friggin' mic drop, to be real with you. The high priestess, is the knower, right? She really holds sacred knowledge, right? She listens before she acts. She trusts what is unseen, what is unexplainable, right? That's that psychic energy really building within you too. And the magician, that's the doer, right? This is, the magician is the alchemist, the manifester, the one who really brings that vision into reality. So when these two show up together, spirit is saying like, look, you don't just know, like you don't just know now, right? You're ready to act on what you know. Okay, so it's time to embody your gifts here, not just hold them in secret to yourself. Your intuition is this blueprint right now, and your voice is a tool, right? So you are really building something beautiful here. And finally, with this Knight of Pentacles, this is slow and steady, grounded, loyal to the path. Okay, so there's a reminder that this glow up is not a race. You are really integrating some big soul wisdom here, and it is okay to take your time as you build something sustainable, right? Something sacred, something real. So what's, the hidden wisdom spirit's calling for you to embody? It's the fact that you are a freaking oracle and you're the architect, okay, for your own world. Like your inner world really holds the map. And I feel like, you didn't go through all of that growth just to stay silent or just to keep it to yourself or to, again, play it small, right? So you're not waiting for the right time anymore. The portal is open, and I feel like you are the key to the whole thing, right? And I mean, this is true for every single one of us, and it's just so wonderful. Like I said, this is such a beautiful reading, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm really stoked for this Lionsgate portal. I really am, and I also just want to say thank you so very much for being here and for holding space for this beautiful energy. So if this message resonated, please make sure you are subscribed here. And, if you're ready to go a little deeper, don't forget to join our Glow Up Gang membership for early access to like all of the Divine Feminist content. And there will be more exclusive goodies coming down the line soon. Okay. So I'm also working on like meditations and other things for this space. So going above and beyond our 4 readings a week and the daily shorts and all that stuff. Okay. So, also just a quick heads up. This is the last chance to order a personal reading before I close the books for most of August. All right. So if you've been waiting on a sign, this is it. Okay. I am sending you so much love. And you know what? Portal magic. Okay. And I will see you in our next reading. Talk to you soon. Take care.